Get ready for the morning rush.
A quick wrap of your news and weather. And as you get ready to head out the door, we're following the day's top local stories. Weather is still a big story maker today. We start with KRQE.
That's right. I'm going to begin with our next big weather maker. That moves in today and out of Arizona. If I put this into motion, you'll notice the showers and storms starting to spread out across northern and western areas. Here in the metro, we have a shot later on today, but the storms and showers aren't even done this afternoon. We have more on the way tomorrow. Sarah?
Happening today, commissioners could vote on an advisory question for ART. It's a non-binding question. It would give voters a chance to say if they're in support or opposed to ART on the ballot come November. Also, commissioners are expected to discuss another aspect of the controversial project, the Santa Lena development. What else commissioners will be voting on coming up in the 5 Facts.
A New Mexico pizza chain donating all the money it brings in today to the family of fallen Hatch police officer Jose Chavez. Pizza 9 is holding the fundraiser today at all 17 of their locations across the state. 100% of the profits statewide will benefit Chavez's family.
IT officials at UNM are trying to figure out what caused a campus-wide internet outage. That outage caused long lines at the bookstore and email and websites were offline yesterday. As of late last night, internet for most of the campus had been restored. The campus director of IT Network says he doesn't think it was caused by an influx of students, but it's too early to say.
On to developing news. This morning, some Rio Rancho elementary students are expected back in class after they were sent home over a power outage yesterday. Officials say after heavy rain Sunday night, water got into an electrical panel at Enchanted Hills Elementary. It caused the outage. This comes after Enchanted Hills school years got off to a late start earlier this month because of delays on a construction project.
Man who pled guilty to robbing a bank could be facing decades behind bars now. In federal court, 23-year-old Joshua Abeda admitted to robbing the Santa Fe Federal Credit Union last October. Surveillance video shows him fleeing as 2 customers chased him down before police caught him. Police say Abeda is also connected to 2 other robberies. He's expected to be sentenced in November and could face up to 20 years in prison. On
to new details. Officials at MDC are searching for a private investigator to review procedures at the jail. This after video surfaced showing a guard allegedly mistreating a female inmate last year. It sparked an investigation and protest about the jail's use of force. MDC's oversight board hopes to fill the position in the next 30 days.
The family of a Santa Fe man killed by police says they're going to likely head back to court after an officer took pictures of his body. Samuel Pauly was killed in 2011 at his home in Glorieta. A New Mexico State police officer took pictures of the death with his cell phone, then sent them to his friends. Pauly's family sued, saying his right to privacy had been violated. Earlier this month, a judge ruled the family could not prove that. Chris.
Metro Threat Index at a 3 for today, and the only reason I lowered that from yesterday is we're just not going to be dealing with as many storms today, but with a few spot storms possible. We'll be watching for the threat of heavy rain leading to localized flooding, as well as those strong gusty winds kicked out from those storms and the frequent lightning. This is going to be a late afternoon, early evening event. Some of these storms could even linger into the overnight hours across the north and west. Crystal?
On to news happening today. President Obama is expected to tour the flood damage in Louisiana this morning. At least 13 people died in that flooding. More than 60,000 homes left damaged or destroyed. More than 100,000 people have registered for federal disaster assistance. The president still being criticized by some Republicans for not cutting his family vacation short to tour the state earlier.
Florida Governor Rick Scott scheduled to meet with community leaders again today amid growing concerns about the Zika virus. Thousands of students in Miami-Dade County went back to school on Monday, and they got a lesson on how to protect themselves. Dozens of people in the area have become infected with Zika by local mosquitoes.
Reports out that airlines will likely suffer more outages like the one that grounded thousands of Delta flights earlier this month. The major carriers reportedly have not spent enough money updating the reservation systems. In some cases, they're still based on 1960s technology.
While there could be delays there so far in your morning drive, as we take a look at traffic, things are free and clear across the metro area. No major incidents to report. The usual slowing expected to come. We'll keep you posted on that on KRQE this morning.
Here's something fun. This Thursday through Sunday, admission is free to Carlsbad Caverns and the Gila Cliff Dwellings. It's all to celebrate the 100th birthday of the National Park Service. There will also be special centennial events for kids and adults at the Cliff Dwellings on Thursday, including Q&As with experts about the monument. For more on the Park Services, the centennial events, check out our KRQE News app.
And onto this, finally, thousands of customers have flocked to KFC for bottles of sunscreen, but it's not for its unique SPF protection, but rather its scent. The company has created sunscreen that smells like fried chicken. KFC gave away 3,000 bottles as part of its promotions online. The extra crispy sunscreen quickly ran out.
Imagine coming home. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
You smell like chicken.
You gotta protect yourself.
Sure
right?
do. That's
Even
one
if
way to do it.
Smells like KFC. All right, time now for the 5 facts.
And on to number 5, a man raising money for ALS put New Mexico on the map by stopping by Albuquerque yesterday. Larry Kaplan's goal is to travel to all 50 states for state-specific bucket challenges. So instead of ice, he poured a bucket full of chili over his head when he stopped in New Mexico. Here he goes. Kaplan's on to his next stop with only 14 more states to go.
Throw on some cheese, lettuce, tomatoes. You got a whole enchilada.
Perfect topping.
Number 4 now, police are asking for your help finding a group of brazen bandits who broke into a homeowner's garage, grabbing what they could, then taking off. Surveillance video shows the group first breaking into the homeowner's truck, then using a garage door opener left in that vehicle to get inside the home near Wantabone Southern around 3:30 yesterday morning. The homeowner came out with a gun. The crooks took off. The video shows one of the men carrying a gun. If you know who they are, call police.
At number 3, new details this morning about the man who Las Cruces police shot and killed. Police say the man was 36-year-old Juan Gabriel Torres. Police say Torres stole a truck from an elderly man. When they caught up to him, he stepped out of the stolen truck with the knife in his hand, lunging toward officers. Police say he refused orders to drop the knife, and that's when officers opened fire, killing him. The officers' names involved have not been released.
At number 2, more storms and showers expected today, favoring the northern and western areas, but still a few spotty storms elsewhere, including central and eastern New Mexico. Temperatures like yesterday getting back into those low 80s.
Number 1 now. Today, the Bernalillo County Commission could vote on putting ART on the November ballot. The non-binding question would ask if voters support or oppose the controversial project. Several businesses and residents along Central say ART is going to hurt business and clog up the already busy streets. City of Albuquerque says the opposite, though. Even if voters say they don't want ART, the mayor says the project will move forward. Work is expected to begin any day now. During tonight's meeting, commissioners will also be selecting one nominee to fill the vacant Senate District 19 seat. The governor will have the final say on that.
Coming up in our next 2 hours, we are going to be doing a fun experiment with the Nuclear Science and History Museum.
Always fun on Tuesday. We'll be back on Fox New Mexico after the break for KRQE This Morning.